This is the new Mini hatch, but not the cute and friendly little Mini you know. This is the John Cooper Works, the quickest and most powerful Mini money can buy. Okay, so it is still kind of cute, but under this adorable little bonnet lies a 2-litre turbocharged 230 brake horsepower petrol engine, which can take you from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 6 seconds. It also looks pretty awesome, from this grey paint job, which on first glance might look black or grey, but is really just very dark green. You've also got these racing stripes, which are optional, so don't worry if you're not a fan. And then a chili pack will add a hot red roof and wing mirrors and these custom 18-inch alloy wheels. Then if you'd like to follow me around the back, you've got a funky rear spoiler, and wait a second.
What are those?
Now, it's not for us to get political in a car review, so I think we might be best off leaving this one to a poll. Or if you'd like to articulate your thoughts further, please do leave us a comment in the section below. Moving on. So, space and practicality. Now, it's all relative here, so do bear in mind that this car is not big and it's not trying to be. The clue is kind of in the name. So boot space is limited, but not that bad. 278 litres, or about what you'd expect. A bit shy of the new Ford Fiesta and Nissan Micra, but not that much. Enough to fit a couple of soft bags or a few messages. Now, the JCW is a 3-door only, so it is a bit of an effort to get into the back, and when you do, again, it's not huge. It's also strictly a 4-seater, there's no middle seatbelt back here, and you'd have zero chance of squeezing a third person back here anyway. But again, it's all relative. It does have 2 sets of Isofix anchors for child seats, but if you think that's going to be too difficult getting those in and out, you'll be happy to know there's also a set in the passenger seat in the front of the cabin, which I'm going to show you around now. This is where it's at in the John Cooper Works and across the Mini range in general. There's a real party atmosphere in this cabin. From the jukebox style infotainment system, these flashing lights will change colour depending on what function you're using, to these fun toggle style switches, including this big red starter button, which is just a very satisfying way to start a car. If you want to add a few bells and whistles, you can do that with the chili pack. That will add a few styling upgrades on the outside, like those pops of colour and that main set of wheels. Then in here, automatic air conditioning and parking sensors. You can also add a navigation pack, which will add sat-nav, funnily enough, an armrest, and Mini connected services, which will give you things like real-time traffic information. And also Apple CarPlay. Now, some of these things we feel could have been standard, especially given this is the very peak of the Mini range, and also considering that the total sum of extras on this car, including a few extra bits like a sports automatic transmission and adaptive suspension, add up to almost €10,000. And now for the good stuff.
Don't say it feels like a go-kart. Don't say it feels like a go-kart. Don't say it feels like a go-kart.
It feels like a go-kart, but it really does. But a rocket-fueled go-kart. As I mentioned earlier, it's powered by a 2-litre twin-turbo petrol with 231 brake horsepower. So that's about the same as a Golf GTI. And I don't think that any other hot hatch out there can put a smile on your face the way this one does. It's made it to an 8-speed automatic gearbox, again go-kart-esque in the way that you ask for power and it delivers straight away and as much of it as you want. If you want to up that tiny sports car feel, you can do so using the drive mode selector. So sports will sharpen up the steering and up those revs for some really great cabin acoustics. Then you've got mid for the day-to-day, and then green if you want to save some money on fuel, because as you might have guessed, it can be quite a thirsty little thing. Now, Mini reckon 6.6 litres per 100 kilometres is possible. I say not if you've got it in sports mode, which of course you should. And my average for the week is 9. This one has the adaptive suspension, which does soften things up nicely when you don't have it in sports mode, because it can be pretty firm when you do. But I don't know, I think because the front and back wheels are so close together, I don't find it all that jarring. It does knock you about a little bit on a bumpy road, but I think I've just learned to accept and enjoy that as part of the car's character, and one that I can live with. And I certainly could live with it. It's the type of car that will make you want to skip out the door to the driveway in the morning. However, it does have a very big price tag for such a small car. The John Keeper Works starts at about €35,000, and the options on this one push that up to €46,500. So yeah, maybe if I win the lotto and can also afford a second, bigger car for when I need to go to IKEA or do the big shop. The regular Mini range starts at a much more reasonable €24,000, and you'll still be driving one of the most fashionable and fun to drive cars on the road. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Like and share if you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to see more like it, you know what to do by now.